Today we are bringing it down a level after visiting non-league's best ground, because we are travelling to Chelmsford City in England's 6th tier to visit a worst stadium. The Melbourne Stadium, which is essentially an athletics ground owned by the council. But if we take a look at some images, it just doesn't look great. Moving in March 2004, this has been their home for the last 11 years. But today we are going to be finding out the truth. Is this really non-league's worst stadium? Right, I know I should be used to this, right, but the weather in this country, it just seems like every single game I go to right now in non-league on a Monday or Tuesday night, it's just pouring down with rain. Oxford City was the same, Peterborough Sports was the same, Chelmsford City, it's the same now. I just don't want to go outside in this minging weather. But I've just travelled 2 hours to go to an athletic stadium. That's exactly what it looks like. We are outside and firming the weather, and it's just an athletic stadium. The floodlights, same as everywhere else, but this is athletics. So I'm not going to be going on about it because I don't know what to expect. What is this? Let's just remember, folks, that this facility is not actually owned by the club. This is interesting to say the least, though. Let's have a little scout around. Chelmsford City welcomes you to Melbourne Park, and look at it. It's just got everything. It's got Astro pitches here, which I'm sure the first team players probably, if the weather's like this, plays on. You've got a facility in here. It's got football, tennis. Oh, it's got everything. I mean, the question is, what sporting activities does it not have? So if we go left to right, this is the entrance to the football club. I was just thinking to myself, should I be a bit worried that the game might be called off? Because there could be a chance. It hasn't stopped raining for a while, I can't lie. So these are the prices for today, £17 for an adult ticket. I think it's a lot cheaper if you buy it in advance and online. I will give it one thing, I think the turnstiles actually look like quite decent, you know, they're actually proper turnstiles, which we always like. I mean, I'm not too sure about the shot put arena. It's just not cool. I've just been dripped on. Did not know I was going to come to Chelmsford for a shower, but nevertheless, I don't think it's actually called a shot put arena, it's just called a throwing... what? I don't know. But this is the first glimpse of the place, and I mean, yeah, okay. It's different, isn't it? I'm not expecting it to be the Burnabout, am I? Then this is what you've got. Chelmsford City, you've got the Clarets in a little quote over there. I mean, I'm not too sure if I'm meant to be in here right now. I'm definitely not meant to be in here right now, but we may as well take a little quick look. And this is what you've got, ladies and gentlemen. You've got a running track, football pitch, you've got an athletics arena, throwing place over here, you've got a stand behind the goal over there. It's fair to say it's quite different to what I normally attend to, let's put it that way. Let's just say you don't want to be watching football from here. You've got the shot put arena, as I like to call it, in the way. It's quite an obstructed view from here. I'd move if I was you. And they won't discount your ticket price either. This is an example of a terrace with an obstructed view, and I just don't know how to get away with that. This is so different. I know I keep reiterating it, but it's quite funny. This is where the tunnel is, yep. Okay. Toilets over it, but I mean, like, if this is where the players are walking out, if you're playing in the athletics and you've got a shot put, do you line up too? Literally walking up to the arena? That's my question. I think my question now is, where's the dugout area? Like, is it over there? The home and away? I don't know. I hope you understand the title now, because there's a lot better, shall we say. And then up here we go, and this is the stand they have, which actually is a good view from up here, in all fairness. A good view, a roofing, so if it does rain like it is right now, I can hide under it. And it's actually got a really good view onto the pitch despite having a running track around it. It's even making me out of breath just looking at the running track. I won't be running anytime soon. My days are numbered. Away directors over there, you got the home directors over there, you got the media section in the middle. But doesn't it look really out of place to have a stand just behind the goal over there? I mean, I hope it gets filled up at games. I need to say as well, because I'm very excited for today's game, because there's a player for Chelmsford City who I used to go to school with. I used to be in football teams with him year in, year out, because of the age difference of like 2 years, I think, and he was in my brother's, I don't even know actually. Basically, we went to the same school, and then years later, they signed pro contracts for Ipswich Town, Finley and Harry Barbrook. Harry Barbrook currently plays for Chelmsford City. Finley Barbrook actually used to play for Chelmsford City, like, I think last season. They are so young into their professional career. Ipswich Town, I think in pre-season they went to Austria, I believe. But it's so cool to see Harry's development this year, being at Lowestoft Town at the 7th tier, making his way in January to Chelmsford City in the 6th tier, progressing very well, and Finley in the National League 2, playing for Sutton. It's not bad, is it? But from playing football together and captaining the side. Don't want to be making claims, but I was captain back in school. Look at me now, I'm the with the camera. But I find it so cool that I went to school with 2 professional footballers on loan from Ipswich Town, Premier League Ipswich Town, and was playing with them in the pre-season too. Was mint. Finley on loan at Sutton, smashing it. Harry on loan, Chelmsford now, smashing it. So watch out for the names, especially if you're an Ipswich Town fan, of Harry and Finley Barbrook. I'll tell you another thing too, we go on about the floodlights, but they might even get a lower ranking, just simply because the floodlights are miles away. From seating here, you've got more terracing over here. And shall I do a bit of long jump in this rain? I'll uncover them and just smash it. Or tear my ACL, that's probably likely. It makes me think, is this the dugout? But they haven't put the seats in yet. Don't get me wrong, I don't expect them to be out right now, but I just guess later on we'll see some seats there. You can see the boxes, I guess, home and away. That's my guess for later anyway. What are we saying, the referee's gonna come on later, last minute, and just call the game off? Yep, okay. So after all this is the shot put arena. Yes, here we go, let's throw a few. However, this is the terracing behind the goal. It's got clarets over there, and I like it because they're trying to add a bit of Chelmsford theme to it. I think they've done really well last year thinking about it. I think they finished like second in the league, but they've lost in the playoffs. Right, I'm not being funny, but whoever the keeper is, down this end, with sand like that, there could be a serious goalmouth scramble, let's put it that way. But this is quite a nice terracing for what they need. A view here of that stand, and then you actually feel quite close to the pitch too, which is really good. I'm just trying to scout out where I want to be for tonight, and I think it's behind the goal. But we will be back later, Chelmsford, and that's a promise. I don't think it's got quite much else, to be honest, and I'm not going to be standing here and do a 400-metre sprint or anything. Not doing that. And this is the work you don't see, everyone. The groundsmen whitening the lines ahead of tonight. They are the real champions, I'll tell you. In this shocking weather, it's all raining, but the groundsmen always do a job. Respect the groundsmen, I'll tell you. Remember, I put in a shift and embarrassed myself completely. And after some time, we are back. We're back in Chelmsford now. We got to say a big thank you to Harry Barbrook sorting out free tickets for us. So we were going to pay like £14 or £17 if we did it in advance or not. But because Harry Barbrook plays for the club, we used to go to the same school together. He has sorted us some tickets, which I'm very thankful for. As far as the scran goes, this looks unbelievable. £8 for some katsu chicken. This looks absolutely banging, by the way. This is some way to get to the stand. Oh my word. Look, you got barriers coming up here. I know we were here earlier, but just to show it into perspective now on a match day, yeah, it's something. And I was right about the benches. They just wheel them on and they're temporary. I mean, this is going to be some experience today, I can't lie. You've got Lake Chelmsford here. I mean, what's going on here? With the amount of rain, I cannot believe the pitch has actually been taking this. Here we go then, the players are out. Watching football at an athletic stadium, I mean, this is a new experience, isn't it? I mean, we've got the food and that's going to be the enjoyable part. Right, this scram, by the way, incredible. I think I got warned about this scram being really good at this club, and I can see why. And on that note, we've just kicked off here. Let's hope for a good game. Goals. Last game, they won 4-3 against Farnborough, so it should be a good one. However, knowing my jinx, you just know it's not going to be a good game. Here we go. There we go. Oh, yes. No! We were very close to the first goal of the game there. But imagine watching a football match on like an Olympic track. Doesn't look great, does it? Just doesn't look good on the eye. They had a 4-3 cracker the other day, and I'm convinced already, and I was going to say every video, there's a lot of banging going on, by the way. A lot of banging. Let's get it 0-0. This is it, this is it! Oh, I had to go in. He had to score. He had to score there. That Wilkinson, yeah, he had to put that one away. And we have to be honest, this is not a thriller whatsoever. But in all fairness, they have had their chances. There we go, that's it! Oh, that's a peach. That's an absolute peach of a ball as well. Wilkinson's got a bag at least one today, surely. He's already had a few chances. But when I say there hasn't been enough quality, I mean, that just summed it up. This is the one. This is surely... oh, flipping it. Surely one of these have got to go in. You like to think so. Oh, that was a really good one. Oh, that's not good. What a save! Say what, keeper's done well keeping that one out, I must say. Great save. Okay, so the referee's blown for half time. This might be turned into a YouTube short. Everyone just leaves at half time, do they? Yeah. Honestly, if all of these people are trying to go behind that goal where it's pissing down, I'm not involved. I'm not involved. I'm not going in that rain, I'm telling you that now. But that game was brilliant. Yeah, get the baseball out. Half-time baseball. Who's got a spare shot put? We'll launch them too. It is a grim evening here in Chelmsford though, I must be honest, and the action that first half was, yeah, it wasn't great. And look at all these floodlights, by the way. They're just miles away from the pitch too, miles away. The reason why Chelmsford play on a Monday night is because of the athletics. I think there's like an athletics club or something on Tuesdays, which means they can't play Tuesdays. So teams like Hemel Hempstead will be absolutely raging being on Mondays, Saturday, Mondays. You don't want to play Chelmsford on a Monday. But let's just hope the second half will be better. I'm just convinced that we're watching a 0-0. This could be the first 0-0 of the series. The players are out for the second half, and I'm going to be honest, and I'm not trying to be biased, but Harry Barbrook has been the best player on the pitch. Right, we're back underway, and we do not want to move. We're with the Hemel Hempstead fans. I'll tell you one thing, next Monday, I'm actually going to Hemel Hempstead versus St Albans. I think it's a little local rivalry too, so it should be a good one. So I'm just preparing myself for next Monday, to be honest. What do you think of this ground then? Be honest.
Realistically, Not a lot.
There's not much to it. Do you fancy throwing a few javelins?
Bit of rounders baseball.
It's going to end 0-0, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't see a lot coming out of this game.
Go on, rank this stadium out of 10 then.
-2.
I love how everywhere I've chosen to stand where the restricted view is. I mean, look at the space I've got. No, I'm not moving. This is my spot. Yeah, that's not very good. And as you can see, the quality still hasn't been there. I'm getting a chance learned and ready for next Monday. Oh, let's give it a chance for Hemel. Saved it, he's tipped it as well. Oh, he's given a goal kick. I was only given a goal kick. Keep up with it. That's bad, that. I've just seen the average attendance here too, and it's 833. But on a Tuesday night, obviously we expect it to be a lot more lower. Do not get me wrong, on a Saturday, I'm sure it'll be around that figure. And the attendance tonight was the lowest of the season, being 518, but let's put the weather into perspective, it wasn't great. I'm not just saying this, not just saying it. Harry's having a flipping good game. This is going to be the first 0-0 of the series, and I've never been more convinced. Written all over it. From a 4-3 to a 0-0. How's that fair, Harry? Deck him.
He's on ropes, Harry! Make him!
Steady on, I think Killingham's a bit too far. Hemel have got a corner. Out you go, there you go. It's just been a game of defending. Nothing more than that. And just look at me, folks. I think the only thing which can make me happy right now is you leaving a like on this video. I've got nothing here, folks. Even my brother's just messaged me saying, I hope you're not seeing your first 0-0 of 2025. It's not looking good, is it? It's the 80th minute now. We're walking around. Yeah, we're going to brave this weather. Fancy the 400 metres, mate? But this is just a bit weird, isn't it? I mean, look at the barriers and everything here. It's just a bit of a weird complex, isn't it? But obviously I understand why they're playing it, don't get me wrong. Just being tall, and I don't think we missed much. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any goals in this game. There's not going to be anything, is there? What's all this fencing about? I mean, the fence, I suppose that goes to the stand, or is it? This is just a bit strange, to be honest. And, I mean, if you want to watch the game from here, not very good, is it? Lining ourselves up for the shot put. Or discus, maybe that's what I'm going to be doing. Isn't this such a weird place though? It's so different, isn't it? Hey! 3 minutes were added on, but I think the officials could have ended the game early and done everyone a favour. Shoot! Someone shoot! Even the frustration was coming out of me now. No! Someone just had to shoot, and that's full time, right? One positive from the game is all the hype I gave Harry Barbrick, he ended up getting the Man of the Match award. But all we want to know is, how did we rank Chelmsford City? Let's start off by rating the stadium. It isn't great, we can all agree on that, and it is miles away from the city centre. Due to this being an athletic stadium, we have to rank this 1 out of 10. Comment below if there's a stadium worse than this. Atmosphere, in all fairness, it wasn't quiet for a Tuesday night, you have to respect it, but I'll go down the middle with a 5 out of 10. Floodlights are the same old, but miles away from the pitch, so we have to put this down as 2.4. And then the cost. Thanks to Harry, he sorted us tickets, however it would have costed £14, which isn't bad for the 6th tier. The food was on the expensive side, being £8, but the quality and taste was brilliant, so I'll give Chelmsford a 7.7. In total it was a 16.1, but you've all got to experience it for yourself one day. Comment down below where you want me to visit next for the Under the Floodlights series.